This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're a current subscriber, welcome. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This week, it takes me to Pawn Max in Tampa. There, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. Nice pickups. Have some really cool Kino Lorber with the slipcover pickup, classic movie, as well as my 3D movies, my classic pick for the week. But before I get into that, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these strange individuals, I actually watch them, go figure. And on a weekly basis, I like to share with you some of the things I watched, either streaming or physical media. And this week, I have to be honest, I like to share some of the cooler movies, the obscure movies. Maybe I can pick up at Dollar Tree or the Pawnshop. But sometimes I have to shame the devil and tell the truth. My first pick is a 2000 movie called Coyote Ugly. This is a musical comedy drama directed by David, I believe it's Mohali, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. I figured it was produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, have some kind of action or some kind of extra feature to it. But this was starring Piper Perabo, Adam Garcia, Maria Bello, John Goodman, and Tyra Banks. The movie is about a girl who lives in Jersey who travels all the way to New York, which is like a 4-hour drive, to become this songwriter. And to make a living, she becomes a bartender at a club called Coyote Ugly. The movie wasn't very interesting, wasn't very dramatic, the music wasn't that hot, definitely wasn't that funny. John Goodman was probably the only saving grace of the movie. I guess it's supposed to be this really hot, sexy, sensual movie, but when I did go to the bar way back in the day, I saw way hotter girls dancing at the bar. So I don't know, this is kind of a dud movie. I've had this movie for I don't know how long. It's like, let me check this out. Not a great movie. So it is what it is. 2000 Coyote Ugly. My next movie, I expect a little bit more also. This was a 2002 movie called Wind Talkers, directed by John Woo, and starring my man Nicolas Cage, Adam Beach, Peter Stoudemire, Stoudemire, and Mark Ruffalo. Probably know him from as a Hulk in Marvel. And first of all, I'm not really big into war pictures, but I give credit where credit is due. For example, Full Metal Jacket, outstanding. Kubrick, gritty battle movie. Apocalypse Now, another great movie. Red Tails, love that movie. This was just okay. The story revolves around World War II and the Navajo natives who were code talkers who were able to communicate through code. So very interesting story. It's just an okay movie. I thought being a John Woo movie would be more action. It was war action, but it was just an okay movie. I didn't really blow my hair back, even if I did have hair. But you might disagree. 2002 Wind Talkers. My next movie is a 1983 action comedy directed by Joel Schumacher. This stars movie DC Cab, starring Max Gale. If you're a TV head, you watch Barney Miller. He was Wojo Host on Barney Miller. Adam Baldwin, might know him from My Bodyguard, Predator 2. Mr. T, everybody knows Mr. T from the A-Team, Rocky 3. Gary Busey, Under Siege. Gary Busey reminds me of like Nick Nolte on acid. He just is a really out there type of personality. This movie revolves around Adam Baldwin, who moved to DC to become a cab driver with his uncle, and the comedy revolves around that. Very 80s, very cheesy. One of the comedians, he was actually had a couple episodes on Miami Vice. Can't think of the guy's name. Really goofy dude. It's a fun 80s type of movie. It's not an outstanding movie, but it's a very fun movie. Kino Lorber did an excellent job of restoring it. It looks beautiful. If you like that kind of 80s type of silly comedy, you'll like DC Cab. And my last pick is the 1989 action crime drama, The Killer. This is directed by John Woo, the director of Face Off, produced by Sue Hart, and I know he does a lot of different Asian movies. I believe he did Shadows, a lot of epic Asian movies. This stars Chow Yun-fat, Danny Lee, and Sally Yi. And I think this is the movie, this and Hard Boiled, that really put John Woo and Chow Yun-fat on the international level. It's a gritty, action-packed movie, and don't give too much of plot away though. But if you've seen this and you've seen Face Off, you see the similarities. They're just glaring out there. He just basically takes scenes from this movie, The Killer, and just adds it to Face Off with a totally different story though. But I believe, and I could be wrong, Chow Yun-fat and with John Woo and Chow Yun-fat are the ones that kind of started this kind of gun fu type of John Wick action type where they're shooting both hands and just doing crazy gunshots. I think Christian Bale had a movie like that also. So very action-packed, good movie, good basis of the new type of action movies. 1989, John Woo's The Killer. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink, have a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video.
We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back in the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my pickups from the pawn shop. Also my 3D pick, classic pick, a couple Amazon, eBay picks. So let me get these scanned in and we'll get right into it. Hold on. I'm going to kick it off with what I picked up from the pawn shop. Pawn Max. You can kick it off with 30 Nights of Paranormal Activity with the devil inside, the girl with the dragon tattoo. This is one of those spoof movies on horror pictures. I think I had, well, I'm pretty sure I have the DVD. I've never seen this, so just when you're in the mood for kind of goofy spoof type shit, I'll watch it. 30 Nights of Paranormal Activity. And this is a box release. Next one, Thomas Crown Affair, Pierce Bronson and Rene Russo. I don't mind Pierce Bronson as long as he's not playing Bond. Other than that, he's okay with Bond. It's just, I hated that era of him being Bond. And a little interested in who they're gonna get to play the new Bond. The Thomas Crown Affair. This is a MGM. I'm assuming this is a caper movie. I like caper movies. Thomas Crown Affair. Next we have Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Aniston, The Breakup. Has this on DVD, upgrading to Blu-ray Universal. Not a bad picture, it's a cute film. Kind of an anti-romantic comedy. The Breakup. Next, I actually got the DVD at Dollar Tree, so a couple bucks more. Upgrading to the Blu-ray. I've heard this is pretty decent. Not a big Bruce Springsteen fan, even though I do find him intriguing as a speaker. He's a very good storyteller, which I was surprised that there was a series where he was actually giving speeches or kind of TED Talk things, I believe. Blinded by the Light, Warner Brothers release with the code. See if that works. And lastly, I have seen this for years, the title. I actually saw the trailer just recently, probably in the past couple of months, and it looked intriguing, especially from the director of M12, Mission Impossible, not M12, Mission Impossible 2, the Wind Talkers. And this is a MGM. I'm laughing at myself, M12, that sounds like Chronicles 2, something like that. And get MGM 20th Century Fox release. This is what I picked up at the pawn shop. You're asking, did you ball on a budget? Well, I'll let you be the judge. You got, let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Blu-rays, $10. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. Next, we'll go to some of my eBay, Amazon pickups. Honestly, I can't remember if this is eBay or Amazon. Might be a combination of both. Wayward Pines, the second season. Excuse me, this is the first season. The first season, Wayward Pines. Excellent show. Excellent first season. Had a lot of, not a lot, but a few names in there. Terrence Howard. Matt Dillon, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. There's a couple other people in there too. Terrence Howard. I can't see the other ones in here. You probably see better than I can. But excellent first season. Had to pick up the second season. Family and I watched the first season probably maybe in a week or less, which for all three of us, that's binge watching, especially including the boy. This is the second season. We haven't really got into the second season. I don't want to give too much away. It doesn't have some of the returning cast members that were very intriguing in the first season. So I think that's probably why it never made a third season. But first season, very solid. Second one, not bad, but very interesting story. Wayward Pines, season 1, season 2. Next, we'll go into my 3D pick for the week. If you actually look this up on Amazon, I think they want like $50 plus. Yeah, right. This is a out of print, I don't think this is IMAX, but 3D Storm Surfers. I think I picked it up for like $15, something like that. So look at it briefly. 3D looks thorough. The 3D looks thorough. And who releases this? This is a X-Later release. My classic pick. It's hard to believe that this has been 20 years since this came out. It came out in 2002. Ice Cube and Mike Epps. I believe this might be 1, 2, 3, 4 movies they've done together. 2 Friday movies, this movie, and a movie called Janky Brothers. They might have more, but that's all the ones that I know off the top of my head. This is a Shout Select release. You know, Shout always has the beautiful artwork. This is Eva Mendes. Yeah, Eva Mendes. That old girl. Both very attractive young ladies. All About the Benjamins. Shout Select release. And lastly, Man on the Moon, my Kino Lorber pick. And not sure how many of you remember the television sitcom comedy, situation comedy, Taxi. Taxi is probably one of the most talented cast, possibly or arguably, in television history. You have Danny DeVito, Tony Danza, Mary Lou Henner, Andy Kaufman. I'm trying to think the Andy Kaufman one who played the Andy Kaufman's wife with the really high-pitched voice. I can't think of her name offhand though, but very talented cast. This is Jim Carrey doing Andy Kaufman, and I know certain actors are method actors where they just really get into the character. I think for this, he really got into the mind, the spirit, the whole, whatever makes Andy Kaufman, he got in that mode and was doing really crazy stuff, just like Andy Kaufman did when he was alive. And I still remember when Andy Kaufman died of cancer, and he was just this huge practical joker. No one believed that he died. Everybody thought it was a practical joke. Even I thought it was just like, okay, he's joking. He's gonna pop up somewhere a couple years later. The guy actually died. So, but interesting movie, very good movie. I don't know if Jim Carrey won an award for this. If not, he should have. Jim Carrey's Man on the Moon, Kino Lorber. So this is my pickup for the week. If you're familiar with the channel, you know what time it is. Because I have limited space, I have a special way of storing all my movies. So let me separate the plastic from the artwork and the disc and get you good people on your way. Hold on. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. That's C is in Charlie's Angels, L is in Lucky Number 11, and Z is in Zookeeper's Wife. Let's knock this out. I have everything scanned in, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you that lasted to the end, left comments, gave me the big thumbs up. Again, please like, share, subscribe, give me the big thumbs up. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces.